Kyle Rittenhouse found not guilty on all charges after the shooting deaths of 2 men and injuring a third. Rittenhouse, 17 at the time, who came from another state to Kenosha, where there were protests against police. He was armed with an AR-15. Kyle Rittenhouse shaking as he stood to hear the jury's verdict. One charge after another, not guilty, breaking into tears and, as you can see, collapsing before the court. His mother, Wendy Rittenhouse, closing her eyes in relief, watching on with her 2 daughters. Also there, the families of the 2 men Rittenhouse killed, Joseph Rosenbaum and Anthony Huber, loved ones holding hands, stunned as they heard the verdict. Rittenhouse had said it was self-defense, and tonight his attorney says Rittenhouse wishes none of this ever happened. What the families of those who were shot and killed are now saying, and word tonight from President Biden. ABC's senior national correspondent Terry Moran leading us off from Kenosha.
The defendant will rise, face the jury, and hearken to its verdicts.
Kyle Rittenhouse trembling with emotion as the court clerk reads the jury's verdict.
The first count of the information, Joseph Rosenbaum. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the second count of the information, Richard McGinnis, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
Those jurors, 7 women, 5 men, finding Rittenhouse not guilty on all the charges.
As to the fourth count of the information, Anthony Huber, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the fifth count of the information, Gage Grosskreutz, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
Immediately after, Kyle Rittenhouse bursts into tears, collapsing into his chair, embracing his attorney, overwhelmed by the moment.
Would you wish the jury pulled?
The jurors took their time sifting the evidence and law, deliberating for about 26 hours over the course of 4 days. Lead prosecutor Thomas Binger briefly reacting to their verdict in court.
The jury has represented our community in this trial and has spoken.
Rittenhouse claimed self-defense after he shot and killed Joseph Rosenbaum and Anthony Huber and wounded Gage Grosskreutz during a protest last year over the police shooting of a black man in Kenosha. The parents of Anthony Huber issued a statement. "We are heartbroken and angry that Kyle Rittenhouse was acquitted. There was no justice today for Anthony or for Mr. Rittenhouse's other victims. Today's verdict means there is no accountability for the person who murdered our son. It sends the unacceptable message that armed civilians can show up in any town, incite violence, and then use the danger they have created to justify shooting people in the street." Kyle Rittenhouse left the courthouse a free man. You see him here smiling in the backseat of a car after the verdict. His attorney, Mark Richards, spoke to reporters.
He wants to get on with his life. He has a huge sense of relief for what the jury did to him today. He wishes none of this would have ever happened.
This trial sparked a national debate about self-defense and vigilantism. Rittenhouse armed himself with an AR-15 and chose to go to those protests.
Kyle got in over his head. He might have been foolish to be in that situation in that moment, but foolishness is not a crime in the United States. And at the end of the day, he still had a right to self-defense in that moment.
For many black Americans who believe that a black man who did what Rittenhouse did would have been treated differently in court and on the streets, the verdict was painful.
We've been here every day of this trial, and it is disheartening to know that this system still does not work for justice. It's a miscarriage of justice. We saw the video, you saw the video.
Late today, President Biden reacted to the verdict.
I stand by what the jury has concluded. The jury system works, and we have to abide by it.
And tonight, the president issuing a written statement saying that many Americans are feeling angry and concerned about the verdict, myself included, he says. But the jury has spoken, and he vows to do everything in his power to make sure that all Americans are treated equally with fairness and dignity under the law. Here in Kenosha, officials are urging a peaceful reaction to the verdict. And David, right now, it is very calm here.
And that is encouraging. Terry Moran leading us off again tonight. Terry, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.